If anybody, if I got any designers out there, I mean, I don't know what the hell, while we're waiting for this Maokai to set saplings and everything, I don't know what the hell, this is a Plat 2 game? Uncle Honey, dude. If any designers out there for emotes, please make me better than my boyfriend. No problem. Got you. I got you. If someone has like a cool, like something like a sub hype train idea, I like sub hype train. I do. I just think it's a little dated. We've been doing sub hype train for a while. I could still blow the whistle and get like a train. I'm just thinking if there's anything cool that anybody has an idea, I'd be if you just sit around and be like, that'd be funny, then I'd consider it, you know.
Minions have spawned.
Yep. Make me better than my boyfriend. If taken out of context, that statement would be a little strange to hear from a woman. How many coaching sessions have you done today? Quite a bit, like 3 or 4, something like that. I'm coaching like every day from now on. You'll very rarely see me playing. It'll be mostly coaching on the stream from now on. It's something that I think that the people have spoken, and it is it's basically I'm just a natural at this shit, and I have a good formula here, and I'm just gonna keep doing it. Yeah. Cool, so we got the Maokai jungle YouTube. This is Platinum Maokai. Just cruising along, chilling, mind his own business. I noticed you didn't try my little bush clear trick, but that's okay. I forgive you. And we're just putting in work, doing our clear. Oh, you pushed him out. You just said fuck that shit and left. Cool. Twitch gets the first kill on bot, and you like to do a full clear, which I agree with. And you should have just enough gold for, yep, you do. Congrats. Do you target at long-term coaching, like actually playing games with people in Discord or something? I haven't planned anything other than this formula. I mean, there's all sorts of cool ideas that you could do with coaching, but right now this has been the most effective one. I'm thinking about opening up live coaching again soon. So I love this gank. All right, I love that you went right ahead and backed bot and went right into the enemy's jungle right away, like not fucking around, and looked for something to do. And it looks like, let me back up a little bit for a second before we go to the gank. You went straight in, checked for the chickens, and then you looked for the gank. I mean, it's a reasonable open here. I was gonna say, if you didn't get that kill because you kind of got lazy there and like backed down too early. You get the kill. What are you doing now? You're going to bottom. My gut is telling me to ignore bottom and go to farm, but you're paying more attention to your game than I am because, oh, but there's a pink ward that you're stepping on. After you stepped over the pink ward. I like this. Not bad, dude. Not a bad execution. I like the execution. Do I like the decision as much? I think this is a little risky. like, I think it was good at a exact, like, I think Chad is getting at what I'm getting at. I think it's cool at a mechanical level that you made that play and that you're capable of making that play. However, stepping over the pink ward and still doing this, and the Sivir positioning the way she did, I would feel like one of these two has summoners, one of the, like an exhaust or a heal so often here that you're just gonna dive and waste your flash and just kind of get pushed out. But again, I don't hate this play or anything, because I think it's a good idea what you tried to do overall. I just think I'm tempted to just be like, clear the pink ward next time and then go farm, because it's a little bit like, I don't know, this when she plays it so confidently, when they saw you go over pink ward, I'm kind of like, you could get outplayed here sometimes. So I just wouldn't get in the habit of making this play is all I'm saying. But like I said, I don't hate it. So you back. I'm hoping that you do a full clear now. You start stacking up. I love this, the pre-stacking of the blue, and even like you juggling both camps was really good by you. And then you go right down to bot lane onto the pink ward. Pretty good pressure by you. I would probably take... Well, no, you're fine to not tax at all. Pretty good pressure by you to go into ult mode right away. You're confident here, dude. Like, this start has not been disappointing. And I mean, if we're being honest with ourselves, Maokai's pretty easy to play. Looks like this Victor... Did you have to give this up? Hold on. So you Q. 3, 2, 1. I feel like I'm following him, dude. I don't think I like this by you. Dude, I'm walking him all the way out. Like... I don't know where Elise is. You don't know where Elise is. Can she just one? I guess if we get stunned, dude, I'm walking that in until I see her. There's no fucking way. There's no way that we get one shot in this spot ever. You're really strong here. I mean, you're gonna have another sapling up. I just feel like putting pressure on this. I don't know what your bot lanes, how they died, by the way. Generally, I'm okay with not tunneling too hard, but it's not so much that I want you to kill him, necessarily. I want you to be annoying here, is what I want. I'm not saying that I want you to chase him to just chase him and kill him. I'm saying to chase him to waste his time. I'm just uncomfortable with the idea that we give this one up. Generally, I'd be right on board with it, and I'd be like, yes, you get countered, but there's no way you just get fucking obliterated here. It's just so unlikely. And anyways, I've nitpicked on you too much. He's super low. I wanted you to follow him in and sapling him and just stop his backs and just be as disruptive as possible there. I mean, heck, the only way they turn on you there is if as soon as you face check that brush, you get just like one shot, which is super unlikely. He had already just used this field, exactly. The only thing that hits us is at Elise Cocoon, full damage from Elise, at which you could still have a chance to Q Elise off of you, and then your WB off a cooldown by now. I just don't like the idea that we just let that one walk it out. I mean, you probably would have to give it up eventually. Good hold on your W. Nice and smooth, nice and easy. But again, I'm nitpicking it. I want you to understand, I'm not like this is the end of the world. I understand why you wouldn't chase that hard. Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted max range sapling annoyingness. Where you're just like, you follow him in, you throw another sapling, and then, you know, if you see Elise, you just back down, or follow him in and throw another sapling, and then go ahead and farm while Elise gets, or Elise, Anivia gets back into position. But, like I said, this is not the end of the world, dude. Everything on your open so far has been relatively smooth. So your bot lane, you basically gave your bot lane a huge lead and they throw. So I'll give you the benefit of the doubt on this game with your bot lane being a bunch of monkeys. Same with your top lane. Did I just see that? This is platinum, isn't it? You need to turn on the Zillion there. You needed to swing to the Zillion. Let me show you. And the only reason I'm nitpicking you is because my Maokai game is top tier right now, brother. I spam so much Maokai. So right here, when you get stunned, she's gone, right? You spin to Zillion here, and you lock him in place. You're gonna get his ult a lot. But yeah, top tier Maokai, dude. What a treat. What a legend I've become. Okay, so Elise goes top. Dives your top laner. You immediately clear red. This play by you is not what I want to see. Let's go back. At the moment, this is looking incredibly juicy to me, and the fact that you're not going towards it, you could take chickens and then threaten a gank mid if you'd like, and Anivia has a very easy time following up your ganks. So, like, I'm not in love with the idea that we're pathing towards bottom, where your support is running towards mid too. Also, Elise is up here towards the top side, so we know that this is a pretty safe gank. So I'm not in love with the golem, because it's going to take us an hour to do these golems. See this Victor? You tell me a gank behind this guy, we don't get him. Like, I'm pretty sure we get that. And it's just, see how stagnant this feels for us, for our momentum? Remember, I was praising you because I was like, well, you know, you're moving through this. That just seemed like a really, that seemed like it stagnates our flow a little bit here. We could have went red, chickens to mid, and then helped wave clear, helped fight, whatever we need to do here. Because we knew that there's two players cheating top side anyways. So maybe if we picked Victor off, we can break open the map on that side. On mid. So now, you do get a nice ult off, though. It went okay anyways. No, I'm right there with you. The only reason why I would consider a Victor gank without the flash ult, the only reason I'm saying Victor specifically is because I feel like Anivia would be able to wall him. And you have that angle, like this angle, any angle with Maokai, unless they react perfectly, like you basically just kind of appear from here and path at them. if he doesn't react perfectly, he's fucked. And it's a very tall order to watch for this path and this path as a mid lane. Not to mention that our our pathing would have been a little bit more conducive to it. You still could have just, for all we know, you could have showed up mid and then, you know, no gank happens. But at least we would have been pathing towards more action sooner. As opposed to just kind of like floating down on golems and like not being able to threaten anything. Especially, what if Victor decides to try to all in your mid or something and you're right there doing chickens? It's like, that's free as fuck. So it's just that flash. Thanks, Toast.
Hey Neace, hoping you could add my replay to the queue.
That's why I put it on our vision though, so you can see. I'm not talking out of my ass. Like it, when you look back over the actual replay. Oh my god, Twitch. I hope. Okay, your flash was on cooldown. Look at this Twitch. That was ambitious, to say the least. There's nothing you can do about your Twitch having a death wish. So, we get our... The fuck is this? Our glory? So it's waiting for me past gold one, yeah. Yeah. The sad reality of League of Legends. Player skill, or variation of skill is outrageous right now. This Sivir is, I mean, I don't even what is this? So you go down to bottom, you get the free one. At this point, you need to shove. All right, this is gone. There's nothing you can do about this. This is one of those split resources situations. Okay, you can't do anything to stop them from taking this tower. But additionally, they cannot take the next tower on their own. Anivia will close the gap. Meanwhile, you can push this all the way out to here and then back, or push this all the way out and take red and then flank, or whatever. But there's no point in abandoning this wave when you know that minions are coming and you know that they can't do anything. They're not going to want to do anything except take the tier 2 and leave, or take the tier 2 and then suicide at your inhib. There's no way. They can't. Do you see what I'm saying? Convince me that you couldn't have pushed this in and then rotated to red and then make a dive mid. Right? They do have Herald, but there's no way that you have to understand the flow of the game. There's no way that 4v3 even that they're going to take this tower and your inhib tower without just all dying. There's no way. It's like impossible. The way, look at this again. You kill Sivir. Sivir and Gangplank are dead. So now you're dealing with champions that don't even want to touch the tower. Okay. Herald comes out. Anivia. Awesome wave clear. Trundle being Trundle, right? Kale and Twitch. 3v4 at worst. It's not impossible, but it's highly unlikely. It's one of those rotations that you're making it, but when you really stop and think about it, it doesn't do you any good. If you go over here, the odds are they weren't going to get it anyways. So they're definitely going to get this tier 2, and they're definitely, if they push in, like 90% of the time, they're going to be unable to break the inhib tower. Okay? Meanwhile, you could push this in, rotate to red, and then path up. You would be getting maximum XP, you would be getting the red buff, and you would move up to flank this as the enemy team disengages, which they will inevitably do. They will be disengaging. Exactly, Scruffy. Sometimes you're gonna have... Sometimes you're right. Sometimes I would do it. I'm not telling you to do this because I wouldn't do it, by the way. My advice here is based on the fact that I'm trying to maximize what's already happening before us, right? What is happening? They have a rift. I look at my team and I quickly go, quick head math. I bet that they can't take that. I know that this is gone. So this is, no matter what I choose, this is gone, right? So I'm rotating. What am I rotating to do really? Right? What are we rotating to do really? If you're saying, I'm rotating to make sure they don't take the inhib, I think that's a mistake. Because I don't think they take the inhib often enough for you to rotate. I don't think you have to do that. I think that ultimately we go push here, hit this wave, shove this in. Now we have pressure on the bottom of the map, right? Which is going to pull the spawners to bottom because they're going to feel pressured to go. You're going to be able to quickly stack up on red, move, take red, and then move up. The enemy team is going to be forced to disengage after taking this. Your teammate, there's a decent chance that your team makes some trades, and then as the disengage is happening, you pop up from red and then show up and go, haha, hee hee. I'm here now, right? You've soaked all this XP down here. And how close are you to leveling? You are close to being level 12. So now you hit a level 12 spike, you take a red buff, and then you could potentially dive mid when these guys have cooldowns. When these guys have no cooldowns, no mana, low HP, whatever. This is an important spot, honey. All right, dude? This is an important spot. I know you don't think it is. You may not think it is. But these are types of decisions that if you can reasonably make it, you change the whole landscape of the game. From when you show up to mid, you being level 12 with red buff and showing up behind a disengage is a completely different scenario than what you're about to do. Okay. I want you to look at bot lane for a second while this is happening. Look at the bot lane. Look at that bot lane. Do you understand what's happening? We're just making, like, all we've done here is we've missed all this XP. We've missed all these goodies, and we did the same thing we were going to do anyways, except we didn't use the space. By the time that they start backing up, we would be here to kill them. And not only would we be able to kill them, we'd be able to pressure them when they back. So like when they go to try to back, we throw saplings, whatever, stop the backs, and then we could pressure mid tower too. That's all I'm saying. I just think it was a fine rotation, but I don't think it was the best rotation. And trust me, I agree. Like split pushing as a jungler is normally retarded, but right there it was fine. This re-engage by you, everything up until, I'll show you what you did. I hate that you go back in, because me personally, I would never. I would have probably done everything you did and then started pushing out this mid lane and shoving the lane out. And farm, like basically getting my health back. Let my team do their thing. Maybe throw a sapling over the wall or whatever. But I'm not committing anymore. It's too risky here. There's no point. I have a huge stat lead right now, and I don't want to give away my shutdown. Okay, that's my logic here. Is I don't want to give away my shutdown. Fuck that shit. So basically, I would have pushed out mid. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, this guy's positioning is ridiculous. You don't have to bail that out. It's Twitch. He'll find a better one. This is so messy. So yeah, I think pushing out mid and then waiting for your passive and then maybe looking for an ult over the wall would have been better. Don't feel like you have to be married to every fight. Tom Roar, thanks for 5 months. Appreciate it. What do you think is the right mindset to have during League? I think the right thing to do in League, the optimal way to learn the game, is to learn how to carry a game. Like, learn how to fucking carry a game. Like, I learned how to play Nidalee mid and 1v9. Thank you so much. Wow, we appreciate it, yes. The sooner you get the email, the better.
You should be getting an email shortly.
Ooh, I like it. Nice job. Go and push bottom out. I like the pick on the gangplank. I think it was fine. It was kind of weird that two showed up bottom. It was good by you to get out. Looks like we're gonna get a Infernal. We get it. You're on the Victor. GP's in your team's butt cheeks. GP flashes. You've only made a couple mistakes in my opinion, dude. Like a couple really like goofy ones to me. I would back here though. Right here. No mana, it's really messy. But you have so much gold, like you need to leave, dude. No, you showed bottom. If they win that fucking Baron, it's on you. That doesn't look like they're going to, though. Cool. So you backed, you get into the fight. Fight looks pretty juicy. We don't get it. Okay, so we get engaged on. You turn correctly. You get the Elise. You lose your Twitch. Kale goes top. And you start pushing mid. You're not... I don't know what you think you're doing here. And that's cool that you get the kill. But there's like... It feels to me like at this point you guys just stall out in front of mid. You're never getting that tower down. Like 100%. It's GP and Victor. Like you're never getting the tower down. I think what's more important in that spot is probably just pushing and taking jungle camps from the side lane, or jungle camps from their jungle, and then keep trying to control that Baron vision. The only way you're breaking this team down is with Baron, dude. There's no fucking way. They're just too ridiculous here. Their comp has one of the most absurd wave clears I've ever seen in my life. Victor, GP, and Sivir. And we just need to win Baron. You need to keep them away from their towers. You can't... This little, like, encouraging your team to trade in front of towers is... Basically, when there was a siege just sitting here and you didn't have Twitch, you didn't have Kale, Kale was going top, like, you should just be running through the jungle, clearing everything, extending your XP lead, and staying the fuck away from mid. There's no way you break this. Look, you guys, you killed 2 people, 3 people, look at the tower. You guys aren't even gonna touch that fucking thing. There's no way. I would have rather see you just shove and then take some farm. Yeah, it's a ridiculous comp for wave clear, like just preposterous. Trundle's like setting up Baron vision, which I actually like, and you're looking for picks, but why are you looking for picks when Twitch is dead? Why are you even fucking with this right now? Trundle was sitting at Baron. Anivia, this was a huge leak by you. I don't know what you're doing. There's jungle camps up. There's a dragon up. Twitch was dead. Kale was top. Trundle was Baron, and you're gonna like act like you're gonna 1v1 the Elise there. That was wonky. Just wait for your group. At this point, we're just grouping. I think we group and win. We get the drag. Trundle ints right quick. Nothing you can do about that, by the way. There's absolutely nothing you can do. You try to peel. I think that when you tried to save your newbies here is where you really got in trouble. Let's look at this again. Trundle just loses his fucking mind. All this really was, that situation would have been okay if we didn't waste the flash here on this like random, and that's why I said it was such a significant moment, because it was just weird. You tanked your HP and then you lost your flash, and then sure enough, not having flash fucked you in this fight. Yeah, I know, and I know his teammates sucked there too, but not having the flash is like, it was really painful in that situation, because he could have peeled his team and got out, which would have been great. But with no flash, he can't possibly do that. Oh, Kale, you are such a joke. You need to also remember that in a situation like that, you are the carry. This is where remember the guy came in here and was like, well, you're playing a tank, so you can't carry. You look at this game and you tell me that this isn't a tank carrying. First of all, when you die in mid, you have two options, right? You're trying to peel for your teammates, which I think I probably would have done too. With the hope that I could just walk back out and W away if I need to. The problem here, though, is like if you die, now you can't contest the Baron. But if you were alive, they could never Baron, because you could just hop the wall, throw your ult in there, they're fucked. You will get the Baron, or you'll have a really good shot at it. So I think this play, as unfortunate as like when you went into the jungle here and lost flash, I think this play is the one that really hurts us the most, just because you played great, and like I said, I've only really complained about a few things that you've done. It hurts us the most because once you're dead, your threat, like, they can't really Baron with you alive. Maokai is broken. Blame Riot. Sejuani carries too, dude. How to make this Twitch work? He's gonna int, isn't he? So he kills, Twitch kills the Anivia. Thank you, Shivno Hacks, appreciate it. So, wait, did he just end? So he has his ult. All I can say about this is what I think you should have done is he makes it pretty clear what he wants to do here. I think your ult should have been moving here right away. And you should have been trying to... You have two options, all right? You have two options. Option one, well, three technically. You did three, which I don't like. You have option one, which is to face tank the enemy team and to distract them while Twitch gets a good flank with his ult. Option one is good, I think, and probably the best because there's a decent chance that with a good ult, Twitch can wipe their backline. Okay, that's option one. Option two is to look at this and go, don't know, fam, right? And by the way, I think your ult should be this way because your R will split their team and will push some of them towards the bottom and some of them very rarely is the entire team of solo queue players all going to go to one side or the other, which is what they would really want to do. But solo queue they never do. Twitch comes down and like I said, you engage your face tank. Option two, you just fucking leave. Like, you legit, you roll your eyes as he ints and you say, nah, right? Nah. And you stand right here and just wave clear and wait until your Anivia is back up, which is also a good option. I don't like the option you chose, though, which is go after he goes. Because by the look of it, if you go after he goes... he's just going to get one shot and then you're going to die. That's how that's going to go. There's only one, you know what I mean? There's only one way that goes. Because basically, if Twitch shows... the way you have to view this, guys, is if Twitch pops out of Invis first, enemy team's job is easy as fuck. Is Twitch an idiot? Yes. Do I think you played great? Yes. At the time, I had no idea what he's about to do. How could I know that? You know what he's going to do. It's actually not that nebulous if you play Twitch. He invised back here. Watch. He invises out of vision, right? Well, here he goes. I want you to see it from the enemy's team. So he goes out of vision. Yeah, I don't know if we'll get to it today, but I'm going to try to do as many as I can. So he disappears out of vision, right? That's what Twitches do. They go behind vision and they move to flank, okay? That's what they always do. Oh, then you know. Right? You know. He just wants to get a flank with his ult. What you should have seen is he has ult up, he's flanking. Do I let him die and focus on wave clearing, or do I immediately, as he starts pathing here, your ult should have, right here actually, is when your ult should go down this way, like immediate. Because again, if you play Twitch, you know. If you're the first person to pop out of Invis, everyone goes, noob? The fuck? Noob? Get off of me, right? If you lead the engage and synergize with him, or try to, which is why I say it's one option or the other. Either you commit with him, or you fuck him. Like you just say, fuck you, die, see you next Tuesday, and you literally sit right here. And when he gives you the question mark, you go, nah, fam. Nah, fam. Right? But wait, I don't think you can afford to show up late. Which is kind of what you did. You let him lead the engage first. And you would rather, see, Victor didn't have a choice. Yeah, I'm just saying go earlier. Go earlier or don't go at all. You go. You're the tank. You can't let him go first. I get it. Like, he's being a lunatic, revealing himself without you leading anyways. But that's why I say, either you see what he's doing and go, or you say, go fuck yourself and sit at your tower and wait. But see, what happens is, you commit after he commits. We can't have that, because that means that you're not going to have the damage. Twitch is broken enough to where if you had baited Victor's cooldowns on you, Twitch probably would have got some shit done. Honestly, as trash as he is, and I agree he's trash. And I agree these are tough spots, and I agree there's a chance that you would have done it the exact way that I'm saying and might have lost anyways. I'm just giving you what I think is the best choices. I think the way you played it was probably the worst choice, because now you can't, if you had stayed under tower and just said, nah, right? You could have just thrown your ult in the next wave and just gave up the inhib and stayed alive. Once you and Twitch die, this is going to hurt versus Baron. You could have did tactical retreats or whatever, but now we might lose the whole game flat out, actually, which is what I think happens, right? Because the timeline's at the end here. We might just fucking get our entire base wiped because they've got Sivir and GP and all that shit. So it's, I don't know, man. It's rough. There's no, yeah. Look at him, dude. And they just run the game over. So, overall, dude, well, I mean, you can't be upset at this game. You can't be. This is about as close as to Mateem as we get. We've had some good ones today where it's been very, very, like, Mateem-ish. But you play like this, you're going to have good results. I would strongly encourage you. I actually stopped on stealthing on Victor because he just one-shots me. Yeah. I mean, that's what I was saying. If we bait, you know it too. If you bait his cooldowns, if you ult him, you bait his cooldowns, he focuses you, and then hopefully, you're hoping that they all just go nuts on you and Twitch gets free shots, would be the ideal. But yeah, the main things that we talked about was, I liked how you opened. I didn't have any complaints about it. I actually thought you were clearing very efficiently. You should have no problems if you keep spamming this the way that you're playing it. Maokai's banned a lot, but you always have Sejuani as an option too. But I love that you did the full clear. You took Scuttle, you went in here. You put good pressure on the map pretty much the whole time. I would be very cautious in diving bot lanes. Be very careful with that move, because that move can actually set you back to the Stone Age if you're wrong. And then we talked about the big one I thought was a big one was when you didn't push bot and elected to help defend an objective that was gone. I would really encourage you to look at that go back when you have the replay on the VODs because you're a sub. Look at that spot and really look at what I was saying, because I am 90, if to you it looks stupid to not, basically if to you it looks stupid to not defend, then there's something wrong. Because to me, that's textbook, that's just diverting your resources and being like, my team has no choice but to defend that objective. And their team has no possibility of taking inhib unless it is tragedy. Unless it's 3% chance tragedy, which will happen. But there's no, to me, there was no way. And to you, it was oh, I have to go and help them because they have Rift. And I'm like, yes, Rift will take that, but it's never taking that. Not with 4 people standing in front of it and 2 people on the enemy team dead. Not to mention the fact that by shoving and then you take jungle camps, then you collapse on them. I mean, it was such a juicy spot that I'm like, I really want you to understand that that could be the difference from wiping 3 people off the map and then maybe swinging to Baron. Because the way that it would have worked itself out, Spaceman, thanks for the sub. Sub hype train for that guy. The way it would have worked itself out is that someone would have came bot to collect. So you would have pulled someone to the bottom of the map, ran to mid, ganked their retreat, taken a red buff, and you would have had the same result in mid. You would have lost the, and you would have kept your flash. I remember you used your flash. And then the other one, just a lapse in judgment where your Trundle was sitting here, your Kayle was sitting here, the only person with you was Anivia, and your Twitch was dead, and you just ran up and lost your flash, which in turn lost you Baron. So, like, yeah, you're gonna make a mistake. So it's not like I'm sitting here saying you will never make a mistake ever. You played the game great, and you were gonna win this game like 85% of the time, 85% of the time, given how strong the start was and your comp and everything. Just make a couple little different macro decisions, and especially this one, because this isn't a mistake in like, oops, I had a lapse. This is just, in my opinion, it should be obvious. Like, I know Rift is strong, but with champions that can't even hit the tower, Rift's not that strong. Especially into your inhib. Like, let's say they even take the tower, it's still a great move to just say fuck that tower for a second and just go and push off the side lane. And then, yeah, the last thing was, either you full commit right away or you don't commit at all. You can't half-ass. It's got to be in or out, and you have to know the answer. If you didn't know the answer, just wait. You might be able to delay the game. Okay, cool. YouTube, it's Neace. If you like this video, where's my camera? There it is. There's a sub button up here, and there's some videos all around. Check them out. Cringy YouTube outro, and I'm gone. I love you, and I'm out. Peace. Cracks. Thanks. There.